God, I'm just trying to do what you want me to do, and this is part of it, I hope. So I just say hey to God while I'm there.
Welcome everyone. We're here with Sister Emily from Team OLA. I'll let Sister Emily introduce herself.
Yeah, so my name's Sister Emily. I am a novice here at Mission OLA. I'm a novice in religious life and a novice marathon runner, so that's an interesting experience. I've been here for almost a year now, which is super exciting. And yeah, I'm just here to talk with PJ about the marathon.
Excellent. Thank you, Sister Emily. So, Sister Emily, what brought you to OLA, to the Our Lady of Angels mission, as a novice?
Yeah, so I joined the community back in last August, so that was August of 2019. Yeah, I moved in August 31st, and it's kind of a long story, but I originally found out about the mission once I started discerning religious life. I was kind of, I don't know, just feeling sort of lost in my discernment journey, so I reached out to a priest friend of mine, Father Tom McCarthy, awesome Augustinian from the South Side. He's super great. But he effectively led me to this community. So once I came to visit, I just kind of had this feeling that, wow, I want to come back. And then I came back again. And then just as I kind of sat there and prayed with that and kept going to adoration and discerning, I knew that this is where I wanted to be. So now I've been here for almost a year, and it's been good.
So you transitioned into becoming a novice.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about that transition for those who aren't familiar with it.
Yeah, so it was a super beautiful day. So the novitiate is what you would call like the second stage of formation. So the very first stage would be postulancy. That's kind of you move in, you just kind of get used to community life and the style of prayer and just living together. And at that point you're wearing, you know, a long skirt and a polo shirt. If you've seen any of us running around in that, we're called postulants. So then the novitiate is when you decide that you feel that, you know, God is calling you to take that next step. So at that point, you get a real nice haircut, and then you begin to wear the habit and the veil for the sisters. And so it just kind of signifies that you are prepared to take the next step in formation and kind of deepen your life of prayer, get more involved in the community and the apostolate that we have, and just, yeah, continuing on and trying to keep saying yes to what God's asking you to do.
So describe why you get a haircut.
Yeah, so it's kind of a fun story. So St. Clare, who was very close to St. Francis, she kind of had a little bit of a flair for drama, perhaps. So on the night of her investiture, which is the day that we call, you know, taking the habit, when he you know, welcomed her into the cloister where she was going to begin her life as a religious. She had this beautiful flowing mane of golden locks, and she had him cut it off with a sword. So just kind of this flair for the dramatic, but it's also just kind of a sign of our consecration and the simplicity of life that we're going to begin living. So both practical, because ain't nobody going to see my hair, so I don't need any more long hair. But yeah, also just kind of the sign of consecration that, yeah, I'm trying to live my life for God, and so kind of stripping away some of those things that are unnecessary.
Oh, how beautiful, Sister Emily. Tell us about your running journey. Are you a runner, and why a marathon?
Yeah, so, I mean, I've always been kind of an athlete. Like, I played, you know, volleyball and basketball and softball and soccer all through grade school, and then I played soccer all the way through high school. But I had never been a runner, per se. So when I came here, I wanted to make sure that, you know, I kept up that kind of fitness and something fun to do, and just seeing how much others in the community and, you know, part of the larger OLA family were able to enjoy being part of this marathon team. I just wanted to be part of it too, because that was something that I did miss a little bit, was, you know, kind of that team sport. So it's both a team sport and an individual sport. So I just really liked how it has that balance where it's, you know, me training myself and having to have that self-discipline, but then also it's working to support, you know, the mission as a whole. So it's just kind of a win-win-win. It's pretty fun.
So how's your training going, Sister Emily?
It's been good. It's been good. I am pretty much almost exactly halfway there as everybody else who's training is. I did my half marathon a couple weeks ago on the preview of the course, so we were trying to work out where exactly we were going to go for our alternative marathon, and it was about 900,000,000 degrees outside, so I kind of had to take a little break at the end, but we did good. But then the next weekend, perfect weather, ran a half marathon out in Elmhurst, and Sister Jess kind of rode her bike alongside me, kept me company, kept me motivated, so that was really spectacular. Ran along the lakefront, this past week for one of the shorter runs, but that was beautiful too. So I've kind of been all over, which has been fun.
So will you be doing the marathon in October?
You betcha.
Okay.
I'm gonna try.
Excellent. So show us around a little bit for those who haven't spent time here.
Yeah, so we're here in the former school building right now that's currently being renovated. So that's what everybody who's running is raising money for, to be able to renovate this space in order to provide more services to the community. So where we're standing right now is where normally, when it's not coronavirus time, we're able to welcome our neighbors who are needing food from our pantry to be able to come through and go through kind of grocery style, so they're able to select what they'd like off the shelves and then put it in their cart, and then we have folks who help them pack it up and get it into their car, into their cart, to be able to go home with it all. So that's where we're in right now. So this is normally where people would kind of be making their selections for all of their groceries. And then if you follow me this way.
Oh, hold on a sec. So we have grocery carts here. So why is that for coronavirus?
An excellent question. So for right now, just in order to keep everybody safe so that we're not all crowded into an indoor space in a large crowd, to help mitigate the spread of coronavirus, we are having all of our pantry items go outside so folks are able to come, and we have kind of a drive-through line, which is awesome, so people can even just stay in their cars and then we safely load it into their trunks, and then we have another line designated for those who come to us on foot. But basically we're using all of the carts to be able to transport the food down the ramp, outside, in front of the building, so that we can kind of have a restock. So this is a bunch of bags of non-perishable goods which have been packed by some volunteers of ours who are super dedicated, and we're just really grateful that they're able to help us out. So that's kind of why these carts are all being used for a different purpose right now. Yeah, so we're gonna head over to our pantry storage room. So this room is where we store everything that has not been packed up yet. So you can see we have some more non-perishable goods coming down here. We have some of the items that we get from the Greater Chicago Food Depository. So we've got some raisins going on. Behind me you can see all of this lovely baby care items. So we got formula. The diapers are over on the other side. PJ had fun organizing those a couple weeks ago, so thanks for doing that. Yeah, we have some toiletries and other personal care items that people also need in addition, so we can take care of some of those needs in that way. Let's see what else we have. This will be a fun item to give away. Girl Scout cookies, so everybody needs a little treat every now and again, so we'll be giving those out pretty soon, which is fun. Again, just other non-perishable items that we have. Back here is mostly where we store things that we receive from food drives from various schools and parishes, or even just individuals who are generous and want to contribute to the mission. So this is kind of where we sort everything to be able to give out on Tuesdays.
It looks so organized, Sister Emily.
It does.
Is it always this way?
This morning it was not quite as organized as it is now, but thanks to PJ and Murphy, who's here. You want to say hi, Murphy? And Sister Kate, who's hiding back there too. Yeah.
Great.
We got a little reorganized this morning, so it's good. So
Excellent.
we always need help with that. So if anyone wants to come down.
So what advice do you have for first-time marathoners as they embark on this journey, just like you have?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a first-time marathoner too, and there's a lot of things that I've learned through this process, but probably the most important is just being able to integrate that prayer into your running. And just being able to really recognize that connection between the body and the soul, and how that's kind of what makes a human person. So what I've kind of taken up as my spiritual practice during my marathon training is to pray the rosary the very first, however long it takes me to pray the rosary, at the very beginning of my run. And at that time I pray for everybody who's contributed to my marathon fundraiser. I'm also on the prayer team, which a lot of you who are going to be watching this video are as well. So I pray for my runner, for her safety, for her health, for her motivation, for just her wellness in life. So I pray for her, and then I pray just for the end of this pandemic, and for peace and justice in our country and in our world, and just really offering up the rosary as well as the physical run that I'm doing. And just, putting those two things together, just as an offering to God, and say, hey, I'm here, God. I'm just trying to do what you want me to do, and this is part of it, I hope. So I just say hey to God while I'm running.
Excellent. Will we see you online on August 23rd for Sister Stephanie's treadmill marathon?
You know it. I'll be there.
Excellent. Well, thank you, Sister Emily. We're excited to have you run and join the team this year. both as a prayer team member as well as a runner. Thank you.
Thanks, BJ.